these shots, we see two Russian soldiers on one motorcycle. For a drone, this is very good news as it can eliminate two targets at once. In the following frames, we see a Russian Bukhanka driving through the village. After the drone approaches, we see an open window, and the FPV flies right into it. A very lucrative target, Ukrainian pilots discovered a Russian base where vehicles and ammunition were hidden. It is evident that they did not attempt to conceal it. There were also Russian vehicles and communications equipment nearby. There were also shelters, some of which were well camouflaged, while others still needed work. These Russian soldiers are called ghost racers, and that's exactly what they are. They drive very fast to reach Ukrainian positions, but they simply burn up on the way. Two soldiers were spotted running toward the landing site. Another one in the middle of an open field at first tried to dodge the blow, but then resigned himself to it. Here, a Russian truck is covered in anti-drone netting, but the FPV still found a hole and hit the truck directly. And here it is already burning. An ordinary Russian trench with a Russian soldier asleep inside. He could have at least lain down under cover to make himself harder to spot, but he chose his own fate. These shots were taken at night, hunting for a Russian truck, whose driver has no idea that a drone is flying behind him. A small village in the frontline zone, where the Russians hid their ammunition and artillery. They tried to camouflage them, but for some reason it didn't work. Reconnaissance works perfectly. Night work in the same village, transport spotted and destroyed. And here are two occupiers, lying on the ground under the open sky, thinking that if they can't see anything, then no one can see them either. Another Russian Bukhanka with Russians on board. Here, a Russian vehicle with a trailer is transporting ammunition. It was unable to reach its destination. In this case, they destroyed the occupier's buggy, which had been abandoned in the middle of the road. And in these shots, two Russian soldiers along the runway, pressed against each other, were destroyed in a passionate embrace. Two military motorcyclists are riding toward an assault. A drone catches up with the rear rider and strikes him. The other rider stops a little further away in the bushes and turns back to pull his comrade to safety. Such footage is very rare. For the most part, Russian soldiers like this do not exist. Others would simply drive on and try to escape. A Russian pickup truck rushes to the rescue with a full load. A Ukrainian drone catches up and, with a precise strike, destroys everything that was there. Another ghost rider. In this case, a Russian convoy of trucks transporting new Russians to the front line. But they usually don't live long. Some are destroyed before they even reach the entrance, while others are destroyed once they reach their positions, taking such wonderful shots with FPV drones. This year, the Russians have a new tactic, attacking Ukrainian positions in groups, some on motorcycles, some in cars, and some on foot. But not everyone manages to survive. In these scenes, we see what looks like an ordinary road with a small object moving along it. At first glance, it's neither a person, nor a vehicle, nor an FPV drone. In reality, it's another remarkable innovation of the Ukrainian military, a ground-based robotic system. Its key advantage lies in its capacity. It can carry far more explosives than an FPV drone, while remaining almost completely silent. Russian troops rarely detect its approach until it's too late. As the enemy struggles to survive strikes from the sky, they now face another threat on the ground: unmanned machines that hunt and destroy large targets along the entire front line. This Russian soldier ran so fast that he flew into a ditch. The next one was destroyed in the landing. He pretended to be dead, but Ukrainian drones were already hunting him down. They covered it up and left it as bait. This guy is like something out of a movie. He doesn't even panic. And control. Next, you can enjoy the best footage of enemy destruction from the past day. Enjoy watching. The Cold Year Brigade works every day, day and night, destroying on the ground and in the air and even underground.